Hello everybody, welcome back to another TAMCO product premiere. My name's Anthony Moorhead, the sales director here at TAMCO, and once again I'm joined by my friend Kyler Moorhead, and today we're wrapping up a mini series that we've been filming. So Kyler, what are we talking about today?
So over the past course of 3 videos, what we've done is we've covered MCG's contactors, the motor starters, and NEMA control stations. But today we want to touch on our capabilities within our UL508A listed panel shop.
So Kyler, for everyone watching this, what does UL508A really mean?
So UL508A is the industry standard for an industrial control panel, right? And in that file basically highlights the way that this panel needs to be laid out, wire spacing, heat dissipation, and all of those things. But with an MCG, having the UL508A certification means that we are certified to design and build custom solutions for CES and their customers, and starting from the design phase, right? So we take an idea and turn that around into a UL compliant custom panel for the customer. Okay,
so Kyler, it sounds like this certification is kind of unique in the market. Am I fair in saying that?
Yes, you are. Having the certification is very unique. The UL508A certification poses a lot of opportunity. And what I mean by that is City Electric Supply has a huge advantage over other electrical distributors to be able to turn in-house and get something like this done, right? Turning in-house to MCG to allow us to build these panels gives them the advantage of, a faster lead time and also competitive pricing.
So how does MCG go about building a custom panel? Can you talk us through that?
Yeah, so we understand that sometimes building a custom panel can seem a little intimidating, right? Your customer brings you a list of things he needs to accomplish in this panel, and it looks like rocket science, but I assure you that it's not. Our staff on hand is trained to discuss this either with the branch or the contractor themselves, and what they do is they basically talk to that person and they build a sequence of events. A sequence of events being, how does this panel need to function? Does it need a time delay? Does it need a transformer? What does it need to do, right? And throughout that process, what we then do is we turn that sequence of events into a bill of materials. We pass that quote over to City Electric Supply, and from there, once approved, we enter our submittal process.
So Kyler, it sounds like you've made this as convenient as possible for the branches and the customer.
And that's exactly our intention, right? We want it to be easy for City Electric Supply and their customer in order to turn to MCG for these solutions. Now, once we get that purchase order back from City Electric Supply, what happens then is we enter our submittal process, right? So the build will basically go to the engineering team, and we will build a full submittal packet. Submittal packet including wiring diagrams and specifications for every single component within that build. Now, we request that that gets shared with the end user or the contractor, again, just to be fully transparent. The last thing we want to do is put anybody in a situation where they deliver something that isn't what they need, right? So we get that signed off, and then from there, it goes into production and gets ready to get delivered.
Okay, so I'm a contractor. I'm trying to plan out all my bids for the next coming up months. How long should a custom panel actually take to build?
I'm really glad you asked. So in MCG, one of the big advantages to choosing us is our quick turnaround times. This entire submittal process that I just talked about, again, from the quote-unquote idea of this custom panel to a finished UL-listed custom solution, we're talking about 3 to 4 weeks.
Wow, Kyler. So after hearing everything today, with how simple MCG make this for the customer, there's really no reason to look anywhere else.
Exactly right. And that's precisely what we offer to City Electric Supply and their customers. Is a convenient and fast panel building process designed for their specific job.
Okay, Kyler, I'm sold. So how do I get in touch with the MCG team?
So there's a few ways you can get in contact with us. Of course, you can always contact us at our email at info@mcg-usa.com. But another thing that I want to touch on is something we talked about in motor starters, but it also works for this. So if you remember, we talked about that custom motor starter panel builder, and that's on the website, right? But the cool thing about that form is the branches can actually send that directly to the customer. And the reason why is because it requires them to fill out which branch they're working with. So the cool thing about that, if you think about it, right, put yourself in a contractor's shoes. He's on a job site, he sees a need for a panel and knows exactly what it needs to do, right? Maybe he's looking at the equipment around the panel, knows the voltages, and he's there on site. At City Electric Supply, you send him this form, and he's pulling all of that information off of what he's looking at, and boom, hit submit. By the time he gets back to City Electric Supply, he has a quote, right? Because our team would have sent CES that quote in the meantime, right? So again, it just makes that process even more efficient faster and provides a faster solution for the customer.
No brainer. Well, that's all we've got time for today. Thank you very much, Kyler, for stopping by.
Of course.
Make sure you hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, and we'll see you next time on TAMCO Product Premiere.